Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Next order of business, state aid note. Pete, could you explain that to the board and to the members of the audience, please, prior to the vote on that?
Yeah, that's basically, it's done every year. We have to borrow for cash flow purposes. The main reason why most districts in Michigan do it is because there's no September school aid payment. So unfortunately, the state requires or kind of forces this necessity. In our case, we also are in a deficit situation, so we always have a cash flow situation that we need to tend to. And it's also to pay off the prior state aid note, which was $5.6 million. So there are a variety of reasons why it's needed. The key thing here, though, it's $530,000 less than the prior year, so that's a very positive development. It'll result, based on the prior interest rate, of an interest savings of at least $8,000. So that's a good thing, and if we continue to move out of deficit, this amount will decrease substantially in the next few years, so that at some point we might not need to borrow in a few years. It's a conservative estimate. It allows for loss contingencies if there's any issue with that, and the amount was determined with my cash flow analysis in conjunction with True Law Firm and reviewed by our financial consultant, and that was determined to be the optimum amount that we need to borrow.
And we did this last year too.
Correct. It was 5.68 this year. It's 5.15. So it's $530,000 less. So that's a big positive development.
Right. Any board members have any questions, concerns? We need a motion to approve state aid note authorizing resolution.
I'll make that motion. Support.
Moved by Larry, supported by Pat. Roll call, please.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mrs. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
And Mr. Brooks?
Yes. Next order of business, citizen participation. Andre Jackson.
It was brought to my attention. Some kids that came by and just told me that they're really afraid to come here. They feel unsafe. They said, I don't know, true allegations that some type of pedophile was working here at the school as a coach, and I'm really concerned. They say that the administration found out about it last week, and this man was still allowed to go and coach track Friday, went to the track meet also. My little cousin said he was at the track meet Saturday. And I know if Coach Jackson was terminated immediately over Jersey, why was this man allowed to go at the allegation of a Jersey? This man was still allowed to go and coach track after these strong allegations. And this man was on a team meet site under a false name. I feel like the administration here at Bridgeport High School should have known. If they didn't know, they should have known. And I want to know what's the deal with this girl. Is there any truth to the allegation? Because I got a kid here, and I got cousins that go here, and niece and nephew. And I think that's not right. And I didn't get a text or voicemail or anything about this situation. But I get a text last week about a paintball gun in the school. And to me, this is deep, just like a paintball gun. I didn't get a text, a message, or anything. Anybody? Or this is a lot of kids are telling me, or what? I don't know. Okay, thank you.
There is no more citizen participation. Next order of business will be a closed session as provided for in Act 267-1976, Section 8E, pending litigation, 8H, exempt material discussion. Need a roll call over, so we need a motion.
Make that support.
Moved and supported. Roll call, please, Robin.
Mrs. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes.
And Mr. Long?
Yes.
Meeting is called back in session. First order of business will be Attorney Ann VanderLaan will be speaking to the board and the members of the audience.
Thank you. Board members, we have a settlement agreement and release of claims that have been prepared and signed, and we have a resignation that's been signed and submitted by Mr. Thomas Hill, effective today, May 20, 2015, the resignation. So I'd like to present this to the board and ask for the board's approval of the settlement agreement and release of claims and the board's acceptance of Mr. Hill's resignation effective today.
Board members, we need a motion to accept the settlement agreement reference Mr. Thomas Hill.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Roll call, please, Robin.
Mr. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mrs. Morris,
Yes.
and Mr. Bruns.
Yes.
And I should add to that also too, that the board would empower or authorize the board president to sign the settlement agreement and release of claims on behalf of the board. I should have added that initially.
We'll do a separate
Okay.
roll call during support reference board president signing the agreement.
Support.
Motion.
I'll move. Support.
Moved and supported. Roll call, please, Robin.
Mr. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mrs. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Nelson,
Yes.
and Mr. Bruns.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'd like to ask that the board accept the letter of resignation from Mr. Hill, please, effective today.
We need support reference accepted resignation letter from Mr. Thomas Hill.
So moved. Support.
Roll call, please, Robin.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mrs. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Nelson,
Yes.
Mr. Allen,
Yes.
and Mr. Bruns.
Yes. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
Next order of business, unfinished business and/or agenda adjustments. Are there any? No agenda adjustments. Board and superintendent comments. Ms. Morris.
No comment.
Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, a couple. I understand that, well, many of our kids received some pretty nice scholarships. I wasn't able to attend that scholarship dinner, but it's like a lot of our kids got accepted to many schools and that there's some great scholarships. I also attended the Project Lead the Way kickoff, and it was really exciting. The kids that are involved, you can tell they're really excited, and there were a lot of parents in attendance, which was really encouraging. So looking forward to seeing them next year.
Thank you. Is that it?
That's it. Thank you.
Reverend.
I attended the scholarship function last week. I was just overwhelmed and very pleasantly overwhelmed with the numbers of our students that have received scholarships, the numbers of them that were also on the Honor Society and received special recognition. My hat's off to the teachers and administrators for doing a fantastic job under these circumstances.
Thank you. Mr. Long.
I've got a lot of things to say. If you read yesterday's newspaper, it was very exciting to see our prom pictures of all of our students in the paper and the smiling faces, and it was nice to see that. And I want to thank the teachers that are here. As this board member says, on the 29th, we will be on stage, and this is the one thing that makes being on the board worthwhile, to see the excitement of all the students as they come and they graduate. And that is just the culmination of the whole year for this board member anyway. It's one of the best days that I have of the whole year. So again, for the teachers that are here, thank you for getting them there, and it's greatly appreciated. And we're moving forward, so there's good things coming. That's all I got.
Thank you. Project Lead the Way, Mr. Legato, good job, you and Mr. McCarthy. I did not attend, but I did read the article and talk to a couple board members, and that's awesome. Teachers, keep up the good work. I told you we'd be moving forward. We are moving forward. It just took some time. We are on the right track. And just like to remind administration that there is a spending freeze on at this board. I know me and Ms. Selby had a little discussion, reference that, and that referendum has been put back on. And that is for district-wide purchases. That's for all purchases in the district that have to come before the board, just like it was last year in May when we put that referendum back on. That's all I have. Ms. Selby.
You all kind of stole my thunder and talking about the Scholarship Assembly and Project Lead the Way, and I do want to congratulate our high school administrators and the students who have agreed to be Project Lead the Way scholars, and Helena McDonald for agreeing to be the leader of that as the teacher, and I really look forward to that. So I look forward to a lot more good press on Project Lead the Way. Regarding the Scholarship Assembly, I was very proud of all of our students that were honored and impressed with the awards that they received. I'm going to ask Mr. Barlow to, at our June 8th meeting, to give us a summary of the scholarships that our students received. And I think that's all I have.
With no more business to come before the board, we are adjourned.